Friends, let us discuss about the appeals. So the main point is, normally, according to section 372 CRPC, whenever there is an acquittal or when there is the punishment is not sufficient, the state can go on appeal according to section 372 CRPC. It says, no appeal shall lie from any judgment or order of a court, of a criminal court, except as provided by law. So that is, as per the procedure, you have to file the appeal. That is normally by the state, because in CRPC, in criminal cases, state will be the complainant. But normally, if the accused, see, it happened in Karnataka. What happened is Kodagali Mallikarjuna case, I am going to discuss later. What happened is, the plaintiff or petitioner was attacked and assaulted by a group of persons, out of whom one of the accused is an MLA, right? The case, of course, basing on the FIR, the accused was arrested, the charge sheet was filed, the case ended in acquittal. But he, being an MLA, normally being represented by the state, they did not pay for the appeal. Then what to do? Does the victim have any right to go for appeal, or does the complainant have got any right to go appeal? So normally this was very clearly stated. The Amendment Act 5 of 2000 has given a clearance. Even the victim has got a right to appeal. Who is a victim? Not only the victim, the relative of the victim. If the victim dies, then he is also competent to file the appeal. This is actually the crux of the subject of discussion today. So please remember, Amendment Act of 2009. It's a beautiful amended act. Lot of amendments are there, right from section 41A, CRPC, all these things. So here, as far as our point is concerned, the victim has got a substantive right to prefer an appeal. Of course, from 31/12/2009 onwards, that came into existence. So now we'll go to the case law. Mallikarjuna Kodagali versus State of Karnataka and others. This was decided in 2018. You can refer it SC 526, page number, Supreme Court Judgment number 526. Right. So please remember, the Supreme Court, the travails and turbulations of the victims of crime, the travails and turbulations of the victims of crime begin with the trauma of the crime itself. See how badly it was worded. The travail, the feelings, the sorrowful state of affairs started from the FIR stage. Of course, the FIR, when the police failed to reach the case, then what are the steps to be taken? All these things are decided in the very famous celebrated case of Lalit Kumari versus State of UP 2014, I believe. So don't worry, if anybody doesn't reach the case, then you can approach the Superintendent of Police according to 154 class 3 CRPC, and if not, you can file a private claims. All these things were dealt in that case law, right? So normally, right here, the FIR was registered, but the investigation may be biased. We have been saying, suppose if the man is a member of the party in power, the police will swing into the matter. If not, normally they may not take that much of interest. This is happening everywhere. It's a general comment. So the investigation in biased, and in the trial also. So some of the witnesses, they turn hostile, they will be managed. So this is what is called secondary victimization by the so-called repeated appearance. The victim has to come to the court, repeated appearance of the court, and hostile witnesses, and also semi-hostile witnesses, and also he will be subjected to aggressive cross-examination. All these trauma and travails are there. Of course, all these steps were gone, but the case ended in acquittal. What to do? Normally here, in this case, in the Kodagali Mallikarjun, so what happened is, he was attacked on 6/2/2009. He lodged FIR, and the accused was arrested, and of course small sections of law they were put, that is the allegation. Anyway, under different sections of the law, the case was charged before the district judge Bagalkot in Karnataka state. It was taken on file as SC 49/2010, but of course, basing on the evidence, the Honorable Judge acquitted all the accused on 28/10/2013. Then, aggrieved by this petitioner or the appellant, so Kodagali Mallikarjun. He preferred an appeal in, of course, appeal number all the 1,16 by 2014. But the High Court held that the Amendment Act came into effect from 31/12/2009. Right, but the incident occurred on 6/2/2009. Therefore, there is no scope for the victim to come into the shoes of the state. But the state is reluctant to prefer an appeal because one of the accused, that is allegation, one of the accused is MLA. But what to do? So therefore, once again, he approached the High Court, but the appeal of the victim is not mainable, and of course they relied on certain judgment. This is also important. This is National Commission for Women versus State of Delhi 2010. So what happened is in this National Commission for Women case also, a young lady committed suicide on 14/4/2003, and she has written a beautiful note. So leaving behind a note that the accused has promised to marry her and had physical contacts with her, but later kicked off or backed off. So therefore she has no other go except to commit suicide. So right, the trial judge convicted him on 24/1/2008, but the problem is he went to the High Court against the order of the 306 IPC. Incidentally, the High Court acquitted him. And now the state is not inclined to prefer appeal. Therefore, the National Commission for Women, they preferred the appeal, but it was rejected as 372 is not amended by that time. It was amended only 2009. So basing on this judgment, the High Court has refused. Now, Kadagalli Mallikarjun, he filed another appeal under section 378 clause 4. Of course, High Court did not hold it maintainable, as this appeal is not instituted against a case of complaint by magistrate. Therefore, it is not a private case, simply to say. So, since it is not a private case, we are not going to entrust this appeal. And ultimately, the appellant moved the Supreme Court. So, stating that one of the MLA being a member of Legislative Assembly, the state did not challenge the acquittal. Now, please remember, now the victim's jurisprudence, victimology, section 357A of the CRPC says the victim should be compensated, not only punishment. The family will definitely, if a man dies, his entire family will be shattered. Therefore, they should be given some compensation from the accused. And it was reiterated in Justice Mallimath committee report. So it is stated that the victim or his representative, they have a right to proceed. So that is a right to proceed and against to proceed on appeal against the order or against any judgment passed by the trial court. So definitely the victimology, no doubt, latest jurisprudence says the Victim Protection Act or Witnesses Protection Act, victimology, victims compensation, all these things are coming into existence. But before 2009, it was not there. Anyway, after the amendment section 372, that is Amendment Act 5 of 2000 has come into existence. Now the victim himself has got a right to prefer an appeal. If the victim dies, his relatives can come into step into the shoes and they can also file an appeal. So therefore, please remember, not only the state but the victim or his relatives, they have got a right to prefer an appeal in a criminal case. Of course, in civil cases, you may be knowing normally the legal heirs or they will come and put in the shoes of the appellant or plaintiff or defendant, whatever it is. But here in criminal case also, that stage has come, and therefore this is a good judgment. Please read the case of Mallikarjuna Kodagalli versus State of Karnataka. Now you have to now you have to take it as Mallikarjuna Kodagalli versus State of Karnataka and others, 2018. This is a good judgment. Please go through it and enrich your knowledge. Thank you.